It is my pleasure to welcome you to today's Student Symposium. Before we begin, we would like to acknowledge and thank the first people of the Huntington language, on whose traditional unceded territories we teach, learn, and live.
This annual Human Rights Student Symposium is organized to help us better understand and reflect on human rights violations during the Asia-Pacific War, 1931 to 1945, and to make connections to contemporary, local, and global issues. We should all be mindful that when exploring this subject matter, we are not targeting at any nation, culture, nor people. Rather, we are focusing on the nature of the atrocities and lessons we should learn from this chapter of history. So it's very hard for you to come out to speak about your experience, but you still come. So what do you want the students get from your presentation, from sharing your experience?
I'm trying to tell you of what happened to me when I was 11 years of age and ended up in the concentration camp. The whole family is dispersed in different camps. And it is when you're not being fed, you don't get food.
And I'm sure you want the students to treasure how lucky we are that we're enjoying peace.
Yes.
What happens after the war, and the reason these memories and these wounds have not healed is because of what happened after the war. And the United States, and it comes back to our original question, was very concerned that China was going to become communist, and therefore they decided that Japan had to become its ally. It had to become its battleship in Asia. And so instead of making sure that the Japanese government correctly addressed its war crimes, they instead stopped the war crimes trials that were taking place in 1946-47, and they began to send economic aid to Japan. And so the peace treaty that was signed in 1951, it's known as the San Francisco Peace Treaty, was one in which most countries in Asia boycotted.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can take from the Unit 731 story, but one of them is, how does a society, Japan at that time, a sophisticated, ancient society with an incredible history and a lot of incredibly good people there, let's not forget that, how does it get to the point where it can convince medical doctors to give up their sworn goal of being healers and instead become perpetrators of evil? How does that happen? How did that happen in Nazi Germany? How did this happen in Rwanda and all of the other places that we've seen terrible crimes against humanity committed? And I want you to remember these two words when you leave here today. It seems that the answer is ethnic nationalism. Think about what that means.
Army girls of your age are really supporting, raising funds to help the victims of the Congo women, and my daughter does it too. And they're not necessarily political, or they don't necessarily know much about history. But this is, I'm so enlightened, I'm so glad to know that this international young people solidarity, to learn about history through their love for K-pop and supporting the victims.
here today. We really want to know what your thoughts and feelings are after listening to the first three presenters, okay? So, follow me. Take out your phone, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to want to create a word cloud.
After attending today's Human Rights Symposium, I would like you to take actions on peace and social justice issues that are close to your heart and never be a bystander in face of injustice.